Γεια σας, είμαι η Άννα και μαζί με την ομάδα του EMT στη Γενική Διεύθυνση Μετάφρασης Ευρωπαϊκής Επιτροπής συντονίζουμε το δίκτυο του Ευρωπαϊκού Μεταπτυχιακού στη Μετάφραση. Συνεχίζουμε το έργο μας για τη στήριξη και την προώθηση των μεταφραστικών σπουδών στην Ευρώπη και πέραν αυτής. Συνεχίζουμε μαζί.
Hoy les vamos a comunicar los nuevos miembros de la red EMT. Bienvenidos a todos.
Hallo und willkommen zum Europäischen Master Übersetzen. Wir freuen uns auf weitere 5 Jahre der Zusammenarbeit. As my colleagues before me, I initially used my mother tongue to greet you, but I'll switch to English now to ensure that more viewers can understand what I say. Dear friends of the EMT, today we are thrilled to kick off the next 5-year mandate of the EMT network. As someone who has coordinated the network for over a decade now, it's my pleasure to be your host today. Every 5 years, we carefully select new members to the EMT network. And last September, we have invited interested universities to apply for membership. The detailed descriptions of their study programs and the various approaches they use to teach translator competences according to the EMT standards have left us truly impressed. The dedication to high-level training and to the future of translation studies has been remarkable. At this point, I would like to thank all the applicants for the tremendous efforts they have put into the application process. The EMT project, which began its journey in 2009, is a flagship project at the DGT. Behind the scenes, our dedicated team ensures the success. You have just met a couple of them before. They are the ones running the EMT Secretariat, organizing the EMT network meetings, and maintaining the communication platform that connects the EMT with the DGT. And maybe it's interesting for you to know that within the DGT, we are part of the resources.
Before we see later the new composition of the EMT network, let me, in my role as Director for Resources, including IT and AI resources, share a few words with our viewers and friends. The programs of the EMT do not only have translation, technology training embedded in their curriculum, but they also participate in projects. They organize workshops on GPT tools, on using LLMs, large language memories, on creative text translation and technology, on exploring emerging language industry jobs by building synergies within the EMT. Of course, EMT also means research, sharing, promoting research. Most recent examples of the EMT involvement in the DGT priorities are the research projects on, for instance, quantifying the effect of machine translation in a high-quality human translation production process, or the evaluation of e-translation outputs by EMT students now more recently. We do not only encourage the active participation of EMT professors in the activities of the network, but also we invite them and the students to DGT events. The new EMT network finds us at DGT at a breakthrough period with intense and creative work on AI and all that is currently shaping the language industry, the language technology, the translation sector in general. We have a multifaceted profession coming our way. It has already started, as we all know, and the EMT in this sense is very important to us in DGT. For these purposes and reasons, all members have been evaluated for their offer of technological competences in the translation, in compliance with the revised EMT competence framework. Our EMT members certainly possess all of these qualities, and our work will be as interesting and as challenging as ever, with extra intensity ignited by the spark of AI in all walks of life today. We are really looking forward to working with you in these challenging and exciting times to prepare for the next generations of translators and language specialists.
As you have heard, technology was an essential part of the evaluation process, but so was employability. That's why we have asked for assistance from language industry experts.
During this process, I was particularly impressed by the level of quality of all applications, in particular in the employability competence, which was the specific competence of the framework I was tasked with assessing. The dedication of these universities to excellence was very clear. They are definitely providing their students with the most innovative tools to succeed in the real world. But I have to say that the seamless integration of language industry standards into academic curricula is definitely a testament to the power of collaboration between academia and the language industry. I feel immensely privileged to be part of such a solid network where academia and industry are not just allies, but partners, driven by a shared goal, which is the one of fostering the next generation of language professionals. Together, we bring our unique expertise and added value to the table, creating a synergy that benefits our youth, so our future.
And we are very lucky to have established a very trustful relationship between the EMT and the LIND expert group. And I'm excited about the opportunities to learn from each other and to support each other for our common goal.
Of course, the EMT network would be nothing without the crucial political support for this truly European project. Without any further ado, let me introduce our Director General.
Dear professors, students, colleagues, and friends from all around Europe and the world, developing the next generation of professional translators in our multilingual Europe is about looking beyond the traditional lecture halls. It is about nurturing collaboration, promoting innovation, and committing to excellence. That's why, in 2009, we launched the European Masters in Translation Network, known as EMT, to support translation studies across Europe. Since then, the EMT network has grown from 34 universities and translation study programs to a dynamic alliance, counting 68 members today as we speak. I have been in a privileged position as chairman of the board to see the EMT network going from one achievement to another as more and more study programs adopted the quality criteria in the EMT competence framework. A framework that defines an up-to-date, comprehensive set of skills to make translation training future-proof. Each and every EMT member is investing in adjusting their study programs to address these core competences and skill sets that the language industry expects from the future generation of translators. As the world continues to embrace a constant technological evolution, the dynamic and responsive EMT programs are nurturing graduates who, besides having formidable language skills, are well versed in the intricacies of translation tools and language technologies, including AI-driven paradigms like neural machine translation. The EMT network is dedicated in preparing students to cope with the demands of the language industry and safeguard their employability and career path. From our side, the Directorate General for Translation of the European Commission, we are here to facilitate and support this process. Because as one of the largest public translation services in the world, we must also manage the same changes, learning how to use new tools and incorporate AI-powered technology into our work. We are all learning from each other, sharing insights, best practices, and targeting common benefits. We are also keen to share our experiences with countries that are aspiring to join the European Union. As candidate countries move towards EU membership, we will offer our assistance for developing translation programs and support them in building the translation capacity they need. Ladies and gentlemen, working together as partners, we can expand our horizons and contribute constructively to define future-proof study programs for the next generation of translators, an endeavor that can only be successful if we maintain close ties and bonds between academia and industry. Academia and industry must coexist and interact on a continuous basis. The one supports the other, and both together can define the future of the translation profession. This is my message to you as we look ahead to the next 5 years. Together, we will continue championing lifelong learning, forging global partnerships, and embracing technology and data-driven models. We must continue to act as the custodians of the translation profession and always strive to improve the education and training of our translators. I am convinced that high-quality translation contributes to better public services and helps in fostering a better and more civic society. The EMT network is undoubtedly a pillar in our steady pursuit towards achieving excellence in the translation profession. The next chapter in the EMT's exciting journey is ahead of us. Thank you for joining us in the journey.
So you have met the top managers of DGT, and before that, the members of the EMT team at DGT. We have shared our insights in the EMT as we see it at DGT, our various roles, and now it's time to bring you testimonies from current EMT members. They are the heartbeat of the EMT network, and they come from all the corners of Europe.
My name is Tamar Sobora. I'm head of the Institute of Translation Studies, Faculty of Arts, Charles University. I'd like to introduce you to the research aspect of the European Masters in Translation Network. Join me for a walk across the Charles Bridge in Prague. The importance of the research component has grown over the years in EMT. Institute representatives share the results of their research in network meetings and in dedicated work groups. The research focus of the EMT has given rise to a shared space where there are databases that collect research topics and contacts for colleagues who are interested in collaboration. This is the place to go for members who look for project partners and topics. When it comes to research topics, EMT comes with a huge potential of surveying workflows, institutes, getting in touch with students, lecturers, and researchers alike. There have been a number of spin-off research projects and related publications by EMT institutions and representatives in the recent years. This bridge was built to connect old and new, to facilitate exchange. The EMT research feature connects regions, topics, languages, and approaches. Research exchange at its best.
The University of Salamanca has been a member of the EMT network since it was founded. Within the EMT network, we've been able to organize, in collaboration with the DGT, an endless list of activities which have been very inspiring, both for the students, for staff, and for a much wider audience. These have included several Translating Europe workshops devoted to topics such as specialization in translator training, freelance translation service provision, or changes new profiles in multilingual communication.
In October 2023, we had the honor and pleasure to host the EMT annual meeting in Salamanca, an event which gathered representatives from the DGT and other institutions, the EMT board, colleagues from other universities in the network, and practitioners, and which was devoted to challenges and for translation in the artificial intelligence era. We were able to share our experience in the training of students, trainer-to-trainer activities, and for the upskilling of practicing professionals, including, for instance, innovative and collaborative initiatives, which we regularly organize in cooperation with other partners from institutions, the industry, and former alumni who now have prominent positions in emerging professional niches.
We are very grateful to the network for enabling us to continuously enhance our program and also to contribute to the common goal of enhancing the status of translation as a profession globally. We're really eager to continue to be actively involved in the activities of this already large and extremely dynamic family, and to proactively contribute to this privileged forum for dialogue among institutions, academia, and the industry. See you, and hopefully in Salamanca, very soon.
I've been asked for this video to address the question of how we promote new technologies within the EMT network. And I suppose our role isn't really to promote technology so much as to share information about where best to use it, where not to use it, some ethical questions and implications to do with the technologies, what they can do, what they can't do. How we do that is, well, we have a biannual network meeting. So twice a year we have network meetings, and at one of those there tends to be a focus on technology, but more regularly we have monthly or bi-monthly meetings within our tools and technology working group, where we share information about teaching, we share results of research that we've carried out related to technology. There have been presentations from tool vendors, from people who create research software, and we share tips and tricks. So that information sharing really is probably the most valuable element. It's something I've really valued over the last 5 years. I know colleagues in the working group have as well, and it's something that I hope we can continue over the next 5 years, the EMT mandate.
That's the spirit of the EMT network. And now we are going to lift the suspense and reveal the names of the universities whose study programs have been accepted to the EMT Network 2024-2029.
Dear professors, students, colleagues, and friends, these were the results of the call for membership in the EMT network for the period 2024-2029. The new EMT network incorporates 81 Masters in Translation programs from 79 universities across Europe and beyond. We will continue together to support and promote quality translation studies and the vision of our network, a vision of constructive collaboration, sharing, and promoting science and knowledge without borders, a vision for a future-proof translation profession with the academia and industry in close ties, with challenging research projects and rich, diverse master's programs. In harmony with the demands of the new digital era and the language industry, with dynamism and vibes from young professionals, and with inspiration drawn from experienced professors. We follow on the steps and the legacy of the previous EMT mandate, but it is also the time to move forward and embroider a new legacy. We look forward to meeting with all of you here in Brussels.
Thank you, Christos, and congratulations to all. I'm thrilled to meet you in person here in Brussels soon. And to everyone watching us, thank you for watching, and goodbye from all of us here in DGT.